Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I'm bringing you guys a matchup between Marky playing as Germany in the color blue, and we have Irish playing as Aztecs in the color red down the south side of the map. Now, this is going to be a really interesting matchup, so stick around to the end because you guys are going to enjoy this one for sure. And I believe we're playing on Grand Chayo. Honestly, I don't know how to pronounce it, but quite an interesting map. Lots of llama around the map that you can collect up. And this map, one thing I love about this map is this is just full of herds. There is literally herds all over the map. I think it's probably one of the most herd-dense maps out there, which is really good because it can lead to games being able to go further into the late game. And map control is going to be a lot more important than usual on this map. If we take a look at the natives, we got the Tupi settlement in the middle here. And then on either side, I'm not going to try to pronounce it, but these guys are pretty cool. Very nice. Now, in terms of the ranks of the players, I believe these guys are both in the top 100. I've spectated a few matches from these guys before, both versing each other, and it's always a very close matchup. So I think these guys know each other fairly well. Because generally, when you're playing in these high ranks like these guys, you're going to be versing each other a lot. So you're going to get to know how your opponent plays a lot more than you do in the lower ranks. Just another thing, guys, if you guys have any video suggestions that you want to see, whether it's tier lists, strategies, guides, casted games, series, literally anything about Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition, please make sure to comment it down below. If we take a look at the German deck here, it is a very standard German deck in my opinion. He's gone with the 2 settler wagons to start off with here, and got lots of unit shipment cards. He does have the 1,000 gold Hessian Jaegers. Now these things are absolute animals, so that's definitely something I always put in my German decks, especially for 1v1s. So I think Germany's going to be a bit of a menace if they managed to get into Age 3. He's also got the Black Riders here as well. Let's take a look at our Aztec player over here. Plenty of resource cards as to be expected, but no gold resource cards. I believe, oh no, that's a lie. I believe that I'm kind of surprised that he doesn't have any of the gold upgrades, because there's the ones when you're playing as Aztec, you can send in the shipment and it costs like 500 gold. You get the unit and you get a cheeky little upgrade with it as well. And some of those upgrades are pretty overpowered, so I'm surprised not to see it there. But who knows, this guy is probably one of the most experienced Aztec players out there, so I'm sure he knows what he's doing. If we take a look at what he's scouted here, he hasn't scouted out his opponent, but he has had a good look at all the herds nearby, and he's collected up how many llamas? We got 5 llamas here, so a decent amount of llamas. As he is starting to age up here as well. And if we take a look at Marky, how many llamas has this man collected? I don't believe he's collected any llamas at the moment. So he's a lot less focused on llamas, and I think he's just been focusing on herding and getting his economy right. But he is aging up here as well. If we take a look what he has aged up with, he went with the Courtmaster. So far, we haven't had any confrontations between either of the explorers, which is kind of surprising. I feel like on this map especially, there's plenty of really good treasures that generally players will go for. And generally you see a little bit more clashing on this map, but both players pretty placid so far. Not too much aggression from either side. As if we take a look here, he hasn't sent in any shipment yet. I'm sure he's waiting for the 3 settler wagons that he will be sending in first. And he does pick up a 70 coin treasure. And he does send in the 3 settler wagons as well. We have a church coming up here as well. Does he have that card for church upgrades as well? No, he doesn't. Getting the church up for that nice XP trickle though. And if we take a look at the Aztecs here, they have their community plaza up, a couple houses up, a market up, no barracks as of yet, although they do have some Prowler Knights going and some Skull Knights. So potentially an early rush here from the Aztecs. I think one reason why Aztecs aren't as popular is they depend heavily upon their community plaza, and I feel like, in my opinion, I think it's quite hard to master the Aztecs and to get good at them. Like, they're a civ that I've only ever really played in Treaty. I haven't really used them in 1v1s properly. I just find most other civs a lot easier to use. They are approaching the base here. He doesn't have any sort of unit to kind of defend it here. He may be calling Minutemen. He does have some Ulans coming up the side here, probably looking for some easy raids. But still no barracks up from Germany here. As he has some more slingers coming in here. Plenty of units stacking up here. It'll be interesting to see what he sends in. He sends in the wood. I'm surprised not to see a shipment of crossbowmen in. He does get some cheeky raids off here. However, he is spawning in warriors through the community plaza. And he will be able to take out all these Ulan. And Marky is in trouble here at his base. They're right on his front doorstep, and he's not really doing too much about it at the moment. He's kind of just copying it. Will he lose any settler wagons? This has been a very strong push up front here from the Aztecs. The wood about to be sent in. He does get some Ulan. If he can get some hits off on the slingers with the Ulan, as you see there, it's pretty much, it's a 3-hit to kill. Takes out both the Ulans. Still hasn't collected his wood here either. No extra barracks or war hut up here from the Aztecs though, as he is forced to back out here. But a solid little rush. He's definitely done some very big early game damage here, taking out his market, his church, and I believe another house, as he's getting his market up here again, but he's coming back for more. He's not done. He really does need to get some kind of unit out though to combat this, because he's kind of just tanking it at the moment with his settler wagons. As he is about to lose one, he does lose a settler wagon. That is a nice pick off there. It'll be interesting to see what he sends in here with his shipment. You'd expect the crossbowmen. As we do see some houses coming up here, and a barracks, or a stable, sorry. And he's going to go for the age up as well here, I do believe. As he is taking out a few slingers with his settler wagons here. And he does go with the age up as well. So a fast fortress here, he's managed to be able to pull it off pretty well. In terms of villages, he's on 20, and the Aztecs are on 29, so he's a little bit behind on villages, but he does have those settler wagons. Still no war hut up here from the Aztecs. I think Marky's done actually a really good job of just sitting it out. He had faith that he was able to hold it out. I think if the Aztecs put a bit more of pressure on early, they definitely could have had him. But they decided to focus their economy a bit and just delay his fast fortress just a little bit. It does look like the Aztecs are going to be aging up here in a minute. Yes, and they do. They go with the age up. The 1,000 wood sent in here from Germany. And I do believe he is going to be going for the Jaegers and the Black Riders, as he is farming an absolute ton of gold at the moment. Unholy amounts of gold. So we do have a little bit of raiding coming in here. We may be able to pick off one villager. No, they escape in time. And he is training up some more Ulan as well. As Aztecs do age up as well to the Fortress Age. He has plenty of Ulan pushing up. Lots of raids gonna be going on, keeping his opponent very busy. Well, he does get one cheeky picking here. He's going for another. The warriors will be able to defend him off a little bit though. We do have a noble's hut coming up here. Takes out the war chief and he's gonna back out here. So we're starting to see some settler wagons come out as well. And he sends in the 1,000 gold. We do also have 2 forward town centers coming out here. So I think he's looking to build up his economy a ton here. Which is definitely what he needs to combat the Aztecs. He's gonna pick off all of these warriors as well. By getting these town centers up as well, he should be able to confirm some of these hunts around here as well, and some extra gold as well. So he should get his economy booming nicely. He still has this coin that he needs to pick up, and he's got some raiding in the back here happening, where there is some Eagle Knight runners. He really needs some skirmishes or something to be able to deal with these Eagle Knight runners. He will be needing to get a barracks out. He does have an arsenal out here. Even more Eagle Knight runners coming in here. And he's going for the fast industrial. Doesn't manage to pick off any settlers there. We are seeing a noble hut pop up here as a bit of a forward base. Picks off a settler there. And picks off a settler wagon as well. So some big losses for Marky. He's got some more settler wagons in queue here. And he should be able to pick off the war chief. Although no, that he does see good vision on these Eagle Knight runners, and he's able to back out in time. We have some Arrow Knights coming out here as well for a bit of siege power. He's amassing a nice little army. The war wagons do get a nice little pick off there. And he is in the next stage, so he's getting his factories out. I would absolutely love it if he went for like a revolution play or something. I think that would be very cool. But we'll see what happens here. He has another house coming out here. Just freeing up some population space. And he is trying to do some raiding in the back here. He is going to find this big lot of guys back here and maybe be able to pick off some. No, he ends up having to back out. And oh my goodness, look at all of this going on here. He's getting pushed by a big booty army. He's kind of just needing to cop it at the moment, as that town center should be going down here. He's put the factory up in the back here. But he really needs to do something about this raiding. Town center is down. Things are not looking good for Germany here. Aztecs is just all over him. I think Aztecs just need to go all in at the moment, which it looks like they are doing. Just streams of units coming out of their base. I absolutely love the Arrow Knights. These guys are siege machines. He's going to get a spawn of war wagons right on top of them as well, and he should be able to take a few out potentially. He's starting to make some heavy cannons, and he does send in the second factory. The heavy cannons will combat these troops pretty well, but he does need some kind of skirmisher. He's been able to keep his army quite safe as well, avoiding most of the conflict. Though he's going to get population capped. He already is population capped, but he's going to get further in debt in terms of population at the moment. I don't know what he's going to be able to do to come back from this one. He really needs to send in those Jaegers. Oh, can he get the factory away into safety in time? That's the question. Yes, he will. He really needs to get a barracks up here. He's still managing to do some raiding. Oh, as we do have a house here, so he's probably gonna spot them. If we take a look at Irish here, yeah, he does spot those villages. He doesn't know about any of the base over here, so he's probably really confused, wondering what is going on. But we do, in fact, have a base right here. He's really struggling here. He can't even get his heavy cannon out at the moment. He's getting some housing up, as he does have the heavy cannon out. Honestly, if I were him, I would pull a revolution right now. I think it's his only chance, because he's going to have all of these guys getting raided. He does have the heavy cannon going to work. I think this is pretty much over here for Germany. He's surrounded by all sides with no protection, and he calls it. I think Markey really needed to get some more skirmishes in here. He was really lacking anything to just combat this army. We'll take a look at the stats here. I reckon he's probably outdone him. Yeah, he has outdone him with economy. But it all, at the end of the day, just came down to military. He just didn't have the units to combat the Aztecs. But the Aztec army is a very difficult army to combat, because you can't really use any cavalry at all. And they have some good units that will counter infantry, but I think if he went infantry and a ton of artillery, he probably could have beat them. But anyways, that was quite an interesting matchup. Aztecs are quite like, if you can get good at them, they're quite a strong civ. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!